What's up, YouTube? So today we're going to be replacing the clutch on this 2021 Ninja 400. As if you guys may know that the Ninja 400 is notorious for the clutch slipping and has been a problem with Kawasaki for a long time now. It slips even on the stock motors, but if you have a bike that you've done performance mods to, you're definitely going to want to do what I'm about to do to this bike. We'll be changing the clutch springs and the friction plates in the clutch. And I bought an aftermarket clutch cover and just made it look all fancy and stuff. But the way I'm going to show you how to do it, you can do it with a regular OEM clutch cover. It's all the same. And yeah, let's get into it. So I went with the brand EBC. I've heard they're pretty good. It doesn't have the conventional material. It's Aramid fiberline friction plates, and it comes with heavy duty springs and also new steels. And I heard it's pretty good, so hopefully it's a good brand. If you guys have used this, comment on it, let me know how to do. But here we go. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to undo your clutch lever here and get your cable out so you get slack down over here. Right in here you need slack so you can get this, I don't know if y'all can see that, this out of that your cable out of that retainer. So once you undo the handlebar, or the clutch lever I mean, it'll give you slack to get this off. And I forgot to mention when I recorded this video, this thing here, this arm has to slide all, or turn all the way this way to unlock itself from that pull rod in there. Once you get this cable off and you swing this arm all the way as far as you can to the left, this whole case will pop off. And also, when I made this video, I forgot the torque specs. So for the outer casing here, all of these bolts that go on the outside of the clutch cover, you're going to want to tighten those. When you put this back on, you're going to want to tighten those to 87 inch-pounds. You'll need an inch-pound wrench. And then also your 3 bolts that hold your pressure plate on, you're going to torque those down to 89 inch-pounds. Okay, so once you get all these bolts removed, I got a couple holding this in place because I've already taken this apart, but I actually broke my pressure plate by not having it seated correctly. But I was putting that, because I was going to put it together and show y'all how to put the OEM one is, but it's the same with the fancy new one that I bought. So since my old one's broken, I'm going to show you what not to do when doing that. That way you don't have to get another pressure plate, because it will break. So the pull rod will disengage from this once you pull this, get this faced all the way that way. Once you get this pulled back far enough, it will unlock itself from this pull rod here. That's your pull rod. Then you can just let this thing, I'm going to go ahead and take this loose because my new casing comes with one. So I'm just going to try to get this off. I don't know how hard it's going to be because I haven't taken it off yet, but we'll see. Not hard. You just push it in and pull it out. But here you go, guys. Your pull rod gets locked in with this here. And here you have it. This is the clutch. I've already put my new plates in. I think I'm going to pull them back out and oil them up a little bit better because it's been sitting for a couple days. And then I'm going to put it back together. But as you can see, here's the old ones. what the OEM ones look like. They suck, by the way. There's only one way that these can go in, and they have to go in this certain order. If you lose track of this order and you don't know how to find them, you're pretty much screwed. So what I did was zip tied all these friction plates and steels together, and I know which ones are which. I won't lose track. So there's that. So you see, got all different ones here. But how I know this is the front right here on this side is because this steel is much more narrow and thin, a lot thinner than these other ones. And that's the only one in order in this whole stack that is thin like that. And I know that came off the front, so I know this is my front to back that goes in. Yeah, I'm just gonna give a little bit more oil here. Have these in order already, and I'm gonna put them in and show you guys. And I don't know if y'all can see this, but right there's these little judder springs. You don't really have to worry about taking those out because these friction plates fit over the top of them. So just put your friction plates in. You don't need to take those. Don't mess with those. You don't need to. And then they say on this last one to put your friction plate on your pressure plate. So I guess I'll do that. And also this steel, they say to do that. I don't know what the reasoning for that is, but I'm going to go ahead and do it, I guess. Like so. Alright guys, so when I put this back on, I just went little by little on these until it was all the way down seated. And you have to use a torque wrench on this. 89 inch pounds, that's inch pounds, not foot pounds, on just these 3 bolts here. That's very important, or you could break these bolts off in your clutch wheel here, and it would be game over for the night. That's for sure. So now I'm going to work on putting all the bolts, putting this clutch cover back on with all the bolts, and it's going to take a while, so it's probably going to be a time lapse thing. All right, guys, I got all the bolts back in all the way around. Got my wire retainers all the way around. Got my fancy new cover on, clutch cover on. Got my pull rod in there on the arm. And now I did find out the torque specs for all the outside nuts. It's 87 pounds in 87 inch pounds. My bad. It's 87 inch pounds all the way on these bolts all the way around the casing, the clutch cover. Alright guys, I'm done with my clutch install, and brought it outside, put it in the sun to show y'all what this looks like. Man, that thing is clean. If you guys want to really turn some heads and get some attention, I highly recommend these clear clutch covers, man. They're about 250 bucks on Amazon. Man, I'll start it up to show y'all what it looks like.